think performers sometimes get tired of playing a role long before the public gets tired of seeing you do it.
Yeah,
I always think it's about 2 years later that the public are going to get tired of you.
Yeah, I think that's probably true, although the public expect to have as good a show as the first one, or as good a show as the best one every single time. And I think you get the best work out of doing new things.
So you're going to try and shock them in a new way?
Well, make them laugh more than last time, hopefully.
So you're not out really to shock or make them outraged?
Sure they are. I mean, we certainly didn't set out that way. We just put in the stuff that made us laugh, and I think that's all you can do. Is just, if you're trying to work out what other people's sense of humour is and try and give them what they think they want.
That's true. You can't please all the people all the time. Now, you created two...
Hello, Wasteland, and welcome to the last Gaslands UK Car of the Month competition for 2020. That's right, this month, December, this is the last one for this year. But do not despair, the ride never ends, because we're doing it all again next year, boys and girls. That's right, 2021, we're jumping straight into it. So, can I just start by saying a massive thank you to our sponsor for this month, Mad Car Green Miniatures, and their incredible generosity. The task that they set for everyone this month was not to just do like a standard Christmas build, and that's boring, we've seen Christmas builds before, crashing through the snow and all that. Yeah, we've been there. No, they wanted at least one festive female figurine and a nicely gift-wrapped Christmas present somewhere on your build. So it didn't matter if it's a big rig or a monster truck or a buggy or a sports car or anything, it could be anything, but it had to have that wonderfully festive female figure and at least one present on there. So nice little change. Doesn't even necessarily have to be Christmas. Like they're a common misconception. It could be anything, but let's have a look at what everyone did. But before that, so, prizes for this month. Their incredible generosity knows no bounds. If anyone has seen my Mad Car Green Miniatures video, you know that the blister packs they give out are incredibly high value and quality. And prizes for first, second and third place. They are giving out 6 surprise blister packs for first, 4 for second and 2 for third. So that's like 12 blister packs. That's like €100, £100 or dollars of value. It's great. It's great. Incredible generosity from these guys. So thank you so much for sponsoring this month, Mad Car Green Miniatures. And let's take a look at everyone who entered and everyone who finished. So entrants, we have 25 from the top. Ali P. Kaim, Bart Van Shake, Benjamin Pop, Bill D. Cunningham, Chris John, Colin Harvard, Dan Kraus, Daryl Hizzy, Frank Sossian, Frank Wadwa, Gabriel Frost, Hugh McGowan, Ian Barham, Jacob Harris, Jay Conklin, Linus Nilsson, Massiege Matrak, Matt Andrews, Matt George, Matt Reeve, Molinaro Dominique, Paul Chapman Moss, Tony Peacock, Zach Steiner, and of course your friend and mine, Zippy Z Zoom. And let's have a look at the 22 that finished this month. We have first time entering, first time finishing, Ali P. Kaim, Bart Van Shake, Benjamin Pop, Bill D. Cunningham, Chris John, Colin Harvard, Dan Kraus, Daryl Hizzy, who I believe, I could be wrong, I believe that's a first time entering, first time finishing as well. So congratulations, Daryl. Frank Sossian, Frank Wadwa, Gabriel Frost, Ian Barham, Jacob Harris, Jay Conklin, Linus Nilsson, Massiege Matrak, Matt George, Matt Reeve, Molinaro Dominique, Paul Chapman Moss, Tony Peacock, and of course, Zach Steiner. So, some fantastic entries, some fantastic builds this month. This is how we want to see out one of the best and worst years of our lives, boys and girls. Alright, so let's jump straight into this by talking about Bart Van Shake's entry, which I think it's very easy to see why this is a quality build. The opening present box at the back made of cut sheet steel, that looks really nicely done. The Mrs. Claus sat on a gift box there. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love the tiny little skull on that present just next to her, as well as the snow effect around them, like that. Wow, really, really well done. It's got a bit of the tinsel feel to it as well, which is quite good. And then you look at the rest of the build. I mean, this is clearly inspired by Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Santa is clearly out for blood with his bazooka there. And the colour scheme is incredibly festive and it all fits. I mean, I don't think there's anything you could add to this without it becoming a bit over the top. I think I'd like, you see on either side where you've got that mesh grating covering the windows on the left and right doors. Maybe a bit of a wash just to highlight the grid pattern, but like just like a black wash just to really get in there. But besides that, fantastic, really fantastic entry there, but like, yeah, it puts a smile on my face. Look at that. Like even the big ribbon on top of the corrugated steel box, like even that looks like it's made out of like metal. It looks like it's been rolled and pressed and stamped to look like a ribbon. Even though in reality it's probably made of like paper or a card or something like that. But the actual here on the model, spot on. So yeah, really nicely done. Then we have Benjamin Pop's entry, which is entirely scratch built, which is just fairly ridiculous. I've wanted for the longest time to do this kind of heavy duty agriculture, real man-eater machine that's, it's meant to be like threshing cornfields or whatever, but here it's going to be used to thresh the living daylights out of anyone that gets in your way. But yeah, man, I mean, if you were to show me pictures of this without any of the work in progress and tell me, oh yeah, this is a kit that you can buy, or this is an as standard toy car, I'd be like, I need to get me one of those. The actual panel lines, everything, it all looks really crisp and clean. And man, making something out of nothing is as hard as it gets, boys and girls. Trying to come up with the schematics and the correct dimensions for all of this stuff. Real hats off to you, Benjamin Pop. It really does look rock solid. And the little gifts dangling on the front of the man-eater, I mean, that's it's a real tricky one because it's not meant to hit the Christmas theme. It doesn't have to hit the Christmas theme. But I am left wondering one thing. Where is the little festive female figurine? And as you can see, there's an incredibly conservative looking woman stood just on the side. So there you go. You hit the target, my friend. And what can I say? That's a real rock solid build. I've yet to see this kind of enormous harvesting vehicle of death done quite as well. Spot on, Benjamin Pop. Then we have Chris John's entry with, oh my goodness, that's a lot of tanks and cannons. Oh yes, look at that. Straight away, I'm drawn to the fact that you've used Hot Wheel wheels, toy car wheels, to mimic tank track wheels, like the little cupolas or whatever that hold the tracks to the tank. Like, that is such a rock solid idea. It works really well and is a great way of getting rid of a load of leftover wheels that, let's be honest, we all have when we're swapping them out for nicer, bigger ones. And of course you got Mrs. Claus on the front there as a great little mascot. The front truck cab is so filthy, like it's so brown. I get the feeling if the truck cab is that brown and rusty and dirty, surely the figurehead would be as well, but I guess they just clean that more often. Like, man, the giant German anti-aircraft gun looks really sick on there. It's a fantastic build. Look at it. I love it. But yeah, that wheel trick on the tank, I am saving that for later. That is a rock solid idea. Very nicely done, Chris. Then we have Dan Krause's gingerbread entry. Oh yes, you guys knew I had to talk about this. Now, what I want to know, and I guess this is a bit of a mystery, is, are all those weapons, are those made of resin and you've temporarily put them on? Or are all those like sugar candy, like cast sweets, like little minigun, little rocket launcher sweets that you could eat. Because that's pretty cool. I quite like the idea of that. Gaslands confectionery, sweets of the apocalypse. I love that. I think it's safe to say this is our first ever gingerbread entry in this competition, and hopefully not the last. Very nicely done. Then, first time entering, first time finishing, we have Daryl Hizzy and his Lost Vegas career. Which, man, as these kind of chariot builds go, I love seeing cars being pulled by motorbikes instead of chariots being pulled by horses. Like, it's so apocalypse and it works so well. And I love the fact that it's a Micro Machine motorbike at the front. Like, I have that exact motorbike. It's so good. And people so often overlook them. So yeah, really good, really inspired build. I'm a sucker for anyone who puts tiny license plates on their builds. And the big Christmas present of machine guns and dynamite, probably an explosive, I think that's really good. The little paper ribbon works super nicely as well. So for a first time entry, I'd say you've done a great job there, Daryl. And of course, we have Frank Sossian's entry with this ludicrously over-detailed and over-the-top Krampus build. But before we get too deep into it, Frank, you're breaking my heart, man. You're breaking my heart. You have to post a picture of the car before modifications with a date stamp. The first picture you posted clearly shows modification. You have to take a picture before you've done anything to it with that day's date in the month of December. Like, come on, guys. We've been doing this for a year now. Come on. How many times do we have to remind you of what the rules are? Come on, my friends. All right, okay, so let's have a look at this. It's an absolutely sick build. Immediately, I'm drawn to the magnificent, gigantic silver demon skull face with, of course, light up eyes. I think the ramshackle nature of this is brought nicely together by that red and green, but the inclusion of other colours really helps. Like that yellow of the boxcar, oh my goodness, it helps break up because it can get a bit monotonous when all you see is red and green and chrome and nothing else. Like it does, it's good having other colours in there as well, just little things. The use of super glue nibs and lids as details is really quite nice. I do like that. And then, of course, the size of this thing. Like, it's clearly a war rig that we're dealing with here. This ain't no small babby's first car. This is a big, heavy-duty war machine. I think areas to improve, it's a tricky one. Like, I don't know. I think it's really rock solid. There's something just a little alien about it. There's something just a little otherworldly, but technically that feeds into the mythology with Krampus and, you know, the sort of evil satanic Santa. So, you know what? It's all good. I love this. I think it's fantastic. As usual, it is spot on work by our fantastic friend from France, Frank Sossian. And of course, you've got the little festive female figurine, so we are looking nice and spicy. So, as always, fantastic work. Keep it up, Frank, my friend. And you are one to watch in the next year. You know, I think your builds are only going to continue to improve, my friend. Then we have Jay Conklin. Yes, my friend, you have entered so many of these months, and I think you've truly outdone some of your previous work with this entry. Like the little, man, I want to guess it's not Lego. Are they like Mega Bloks people or something? Because it looks like Luke and Leia, and then that's clearly Darth Vader's helmet on the back there on top of the Christmas present. Yeah, is it some kind of knockoff Lego? I don't know. But the details are nice and sharp. The blood coming off the, down the present and onto the snow, that's particularly grisly, and I do like that. It's a real super cool detail. Street lights on a car I am always a fan of, but I'll say this, the first time you see it, the two together, they look like two separate builds. I thought like the trailer was some evil Krampus car, and then you had like the good Santa in the other one, and you know they're trying to escape or something. Because that's there's a real face there. There's a real sort of menacing pair of eyes in those Christmas wreaths or those two street lamps, and it's good. It's good. It's a nice hodgepodge of bits going into this one. I like it. As always, Jay, fantastic work, but I think you've really outshone yourself this time. Then we have returning fan favourite Matt Reeve. Yes, what can I say? A dinosaur-pulled sleigh on this radioactive Christmas day. I mean, this is something else, isn't it? I, for the life of me, cannot even begin to place where some of these parts are from. There are bits from toys and kits here that I've never even seen. And you know what? That's the kind of thing that I like best. I mean, those little dinosaurs could maybe be like some cheapo Poundland Dollar Tree type toy, but man, there's a lot going on here. I really like this. I really like this. The skulls incorporated into the sleighs at the back, that is so subtle. That is so nice. And then, of course, you've got the warrior woman, you know, Mrs. Santa on top there, Mrs. Claus, ready to dish out the pain. Very nicely done. Although, mind you, it's like an upturned truck at the back, isn't it? Oh, that is so nicely done. Very good. Very, very well executed there, Matt Reeve. And then, man, how, like, do I need to say more? Look at this. Molinaro, what have you done? You absolute mad lad. What have you done here today? I don't think... I mean... Okay, like, yeah, I could put on my art critique hat and get into the fine details of, oh, the checkerboarding on those rockets isn't quite straight enough, or, oh, the paint looks a bit feathered. Like, man, this is stupid good, Molinaro. Where did this come from? Like, it hits every single, like, my goodness, everything about this is just 10 out of 10. From the paint job to the conversion work to the wonderfully handcrafted parts. I mean, trying to get one rocket cone shape by hand is hard enough. Trying to do two is absurd. Trying to do a recognizable stylized face and make it look like it's part of a vehicle. Matt, can you contain the creative juices? It's too much. Man, it's next level business right here, boys and girls. Okay, people at home, I dare you right now, look over this for like a solid 5 minutes. Tell me what's wrong. Go on, tell me what's wrong. Tell me, in this entry, what clearly needs to be changed. What's ruining it for you? Because I see nothing. I see nothing at all. I am jealous, Molinaro. I am jealous and incredibly envious of this entry. This is superb work. It's absurd, it's groovy, it's punk, it's Tank Girl to a T. It's got a classic Dark Future metal driver model in it, which just dings every bell in my book. And to top it all off, I look at this thing and I go, this isn't one of those, oh man, I really want to make one of those. This is one of those, oh my God, I don't think I can make that. You got a one of a kind on your hands here, my friend. Man, just when you think that you know everything about this hobby, this creative passion that we all share, like, it just goes to show there's always something right around the corner. And it's made from a Kinder Egg capsule. It's made from the plastic insert from a Kinder Egg. Like, man, it's too good. It's too good. I mean, okay, I record this. I always record my talking about the cars before I know who the winners are. And I will be stunned to my core if you don't win this, Molinaro. Like, I root for everyone. I root for absolutely everyone when it comes to this competition because, hey, in my mind, you're all winners because you're all doing fantastic work, especially this year, especially this close to Christmas and the New Year, especially with everything going on in the world. But you pull something like this out of the bag and it's like, Oh my God. Big wobbly trouser accident moment. Like you've really reached a pinnacle with this work, my friend. Like, my goodness. Thank you for going the extra mile in getting this done, Molinaro. A lot of talented people would have struggled and indeed failed. You pulled it out of the bag. My goodness. Well done. And finally, let us end on a high note with Zach Steiner's entry. What a wonderful recovery vehicle. And it works as well. The little crane arm works. And it's got lights all over it. I love it. That's quite a nice photo trick where you've got it close to the backdrop so you can actually see the glow of the headlight on the paper. I think that's really good. And indeed, it works as a delivery truck, as a pick up the wreck and put a great big ribbon on it. My friend, fantastic. It's like a little stop motion video you could do with it. Zach Steiner, what are we going to do with you? Fantastic work all around. And that is it. That is the 10 cars that I want to talk about. Now, I want to say this just before I get into the final segment where we look at who won and who didn't, and then we talk about 2021. I want to say this, just real talk for a minute, boys and girls. It is easy for anyone at the start of the year to say, oh yeah, I can make these videos and I can download the pictures each month and talk about the cars, and then before you know it, you're hitting 55 finished entrants, you're hitting more cars than you've got enough time to talk about and edit. I mean, it's easy at the start of any year to go, oh, I'm going to do this for the whole year. Well, we actually made it, boys and girls. We actually made it. We did 12 months of the Gaslands UK Car of the Month series. And what can I say? It has been a wild ride. Some of the work you guys put out, like with Molinaro Dominique this month, or going all the way back to Mark Capel back at the start, like, man, it is good stuff. You're doing some good work here, boys and girls, and to a certain degree, I've had the easiest and the hardest job in the world. On the one hand, it's so easy because you do all the amazing work. All I have to do is talk about it. On the other hand, you guys make so much amazing work. It's become impossible to talk about it all. I mean, I've been saying this every single video. Do not feel upset if I do not talk about your cars, because with the sheer quantity and quality of what you guys are putting out, my goodness, there's not another community like this. And it's been a privilege working with you guys. I am not going to forget this anytime soon. Man, 12 months. 12 months of Car of the Month. It does touch me. It's been a real wild ride. On this year as well. This year, the wildest of wild years. There's never been a year like this, and I don't think there'll be another one like it again. So I've got to say, I am proud of what you guys have been able to do. And it doesn't matter if you've only joined now or if you joined halfway through. It doesn't matter if you weren't able to enter every month. It doesn't matter if you didn't like every competition theme, or if you didn't win, or if you won but you didn't remember to collect the prize. Colin Harvard. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, this has been a fantastic experience. And going into 2021, I can't even begin to imagine how cool some of the entries are going to be. And always remember, you will see me again in August, because every August I will take part. I don't care if it's the last thing I do, I will take part in August. Because I got to school you losers. I got to show you how it's done. I mean, Molinaro has raised the bar now. If I don't meet that, then what kind of spirit guide am I, boys and girls? The best of the best. We've got them in the world right here. Hello, Wasteland! The first 2020 Gaslands UK Car of the Month competition. Let's just have a look at everyone who entered. We have Bruce Dismid, Charlie Crump. That means he converted and built and painted his car in 7 days. 7 days! Voodoo Jones has outdone them. He did it in 6. And Tobias Hutton, what a mad lad. So this guy managed to knock this out of the park in 7 hours? Previously would have only been seen in comic books and films. Maciej Metrak with working headlights and a moving Vulcan cannon. That is just absurd. I will set this in stone now. This is the first, in 2020, this is the first time, I think ever, there has been a motorised flail on a Gaslands toy car. Richard Side. How do I pronounce this? Google, help me out.
GKCHM Richard Sands.
And this is close. This is as close as I think I've seen anyone get to recreating it perfectly.
How can no one pronounce it? Debase.
Regardless of the sponsor, regardless of what the prizes are, I am entering this month.
Bring it on! Bring it on! Bring it on! Bring it on!
I mean, 55 entries. 55! Our slowest month was February, where we had 5 finished entries. We've had 11 times that, with the official Wasteland seal of approval from my channel, because my goodness, that is a fantastic build, and I love it. I love your work, Maciej, and I want you to continue to make rock solid builds in this competition. But I just want to say, out of everyone who managed to enter, not everyone could finish, and considering everything that's going on in the world, that's absolutely okay. So if you find yourself one of those essential workers during these hard times, I want you to know that from everyone here in Tamworth and from everyone here in the Gaslands and Wasteland community, thank you for your hard work. I think you've done a really good car, and I hope you can get things sorted out on your end. We're all thinking about you, buddy. As she has said herself, plans on entering wheelchair races. And what can I say, if you turn up with something like this, you will annihilate the competition, my friend.
I'm here with my father. This is actually my dad.
Hello. It's so clean and it's so cell shaded and graphic. The little rust texture, absent streaks of dirt across the screens.
You get like
dirty
a single blood spot or something, and the whole
thing
just comes together. Get a bullet hole.
Batman. Too obvious. Iron Man.
My rival, my arch nemesis, Fabiano Souza, the only man alive to ever beat me at a competition. I had to get him involved. Carrying on the trend from last month, we have had 50 finished entrants this month. 50! Well, I can tell you, finally, drum roll please, the winner of the first Car of the Month competition for January 2020 is Tony Peacock, Mark Capel, Adam Fold, Stuart Godbolt, Matt Reeve, Colin Harvard, Tony Peacock, Frank Saucian, Dylan Murray, Jonathan Horsham, Benjamin Pop. Thank you, Wasteland, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye. Yes, and now it is time, boys and girls, to announce the winner of this month's competition and the last Car of the Month competition for 2020. This is it. There is no going back now, boys and girls. It's the end of the line. So, without any further ado, start the drum roll one last time. We have in first place, winning 6 mystery blister packs from Mad Cars Green Miniatures. We have for Gaslands UK Car of the Month competition for December 2020. The winner is Molinaro Dominique. That's right, Molinaro, come on down. Man, it goes without saying, is any man here mad enough to stand against this decision? Come forward now, make your peace, because Molinaro, what have you done to me? This is fantastic, an amazing entry, and clearly, the judges can see that. The sponsor, our wonderful friends over at Mad Cars Green Miniatures, they can see that. You know, you've really outshone yourself. You've outshone so many people in this competition and in this community. It's crazy. Like, oh my God, I gotta try my hand at this because it's too good to be true. Yes, my friend, yes, you have entered the Hall of Fame and you have taken first place. And you know I want you to come back for 2021, Molinaro. I need you to come back and make more amazing cars going into January and February and March and for all of time, the rest of time. Congratulations, my friend. And what about second? Because there's still 4 mystery blister packs for second to hand out. We have in second place Jay Conklin. That's right, my friend. It really is a good entry, Jay. Like, I really like it. And what can I say? I mean, the use of little bits and pieces. Luke and Leia there with the Darth Vader helmet. It all comes together really nicely. And as I said, I could swear that trailer has a little evil Krampus bloody face on it. It's fantastic. Well done, Jay Conklin. You have second place. And finally, in third, winning 2 mystery blister packs, we have Bart Van Schaik's entry. Oh, yes. Another fantastic one. Look at that. Mrs. Claus there at the back. Oh my goodness, it's too well done. It's just too perfect. The perfect present, the perfect way to end this year. And that is it, boys and girls. That wraps up Car of the Month for all of 2020. That's it, it's done. 12 months of this competition finally over. What can I say? It's been a wild ride. Now, without any further procrastinating and beating around the bush, it's finally time for me to reveal something to all of you, my friends. Yes, I am giving up the mantle of Gaslands UK Car of the Month. That's right, I will no longer be making the videos going into 2021. But do not despair, for in my infinite wisdom I sought out a man mad enough to take the reins over and continue going into the new year. So from this point on, you will need to look no further than the Gaslands TV YouTube channel for your Gaslands UK Car of the Month fixes. So, to be clear, from January, from this month, my channel will not be doing the videos. The competition is exactly the same. There is no change to the competition, but you go to Gaslands TV now, not my channel. Gaslands TV. Yes, so... what can I say? And in the spirit of the new year. You didn't think I'd leave you all hanging. Let's hand over with a bang. We have a brand new logo for the competition and for the Facebook group. Our lovely, lovely friend John Montgomery made the brand new Gaslands UK logo that will feature on the Facebook page as well as in all future Gaslands UK Car of the Month videos moving forwards. And finally, as if that wasn't enough, did you really think we could go 12 months and have 12 winners without doing something special to tie it all up with a nice little bow? That's right, boys and girls, you better come back halfway through this month because we have one last video, one last challenge for you all. But without further ado, thank you all for watching Wasteland, and I will see you in the new year. Bye-bye.